Now, believe it or not, there actually was a time when children would go outside of the house for recreation. Before MacBooks and Blackberries, there actually was a time when children played with toys. How about RC cars? When growing up in the late 80s and 90s, there wasn't another toy that I wanted. It was either an RC car or I didn't want a present. Serious, birthdays, Christmases, yarmulkes, Hanukkahs, whatever the case may be, I wanted a remote control car. And when I rented this game from Blockbuster for the first time, I was instantly in love. This was a game I knew I had to have. Released for the Nintendo Entertainment System in February of 1988, this game was developed by a video game company that was established in 1982. We all know them as Rare. The music was composed by David Wise. David Wise's involvement with Rare stems all the way from 1987 all the way up through 2008. Talk about some job security. The same guy who did the soundtracks from Battletoads, Donkey Kong Country, Conker's Bad Fur Day. Yep, he did this one. Oh, and how sweet it sounds. So, how does it sound? Well, listen for yourself. It's catchy, upbeat. You know, it has that feel of that you're racing RC cars. I don't know about that, but I do know that the songs that stuck in your head all day. You know, and for me, that's not a problem at all. I love listening to a little David Wise and 8-bit glory anyway. Alright, let's get in here and talk about some of the gameplay. This game had a lot of firsts. It was one of the first games to incorporate weapons, you saw right there. Shooting darts or bullets or whatever they call it. Another one too is you get bombs also. Another first for it too was, as opposed to being behind the vehicle, it put you in like a bird's eye view that actually was stationary. Even though it gave the illusion it was moving, it stayed in one place, and as the vehicle went around the track, it just kind of swayed. Very interesting concept. No other game prior to this had this type of camera angle. So it was fresh, new, and exciting. It was a real joy to play. So the gameplay is pretty simple. Racers go around the track, do a couple laps, pick up power-ups to shoot at their enemies, also collect letters that are placed throughout the track that spell out Nintendo, and when you do that, you get new cars. And that's really it. It's the key to success. The gameplay is extremely addictive, and it goes on forever. I've played this game hours, literally hours, and it just never ends. You keep getting trophies, you keep getting new cars. I don't know when it ends. I've always wanted to try to just play it all day to see how far it really goes and what happens. Why don't I just leave that up to you guys? Can someone play it for like 8 hours and then get back to me and tell me what happens at the end? Graphics are great. The bird's eye view is fresh and fun. The sounds are awesome from Mr. Wise. Now the controls. They're just spot on. This is another first where drifting plays a huge role in the gameplay. One button's gas, one button is shoot your weapon, and when you don't have a weapon, it's your horn. And you know how some games where the horns are just so annoying, and you got your second player there just beeping on it all day, it's just driving you nuts? Well, the horns aren't annoying in this game at all. Alright, so you've heard me go on this entire review without saying anything negative about the game. That is because this game really isn't that bad. It does, however, have two very big problems. You may have noticed at the beginning of the game, right after you turn it on, it says, press start to play. No option for two-player. That sucks. I can just see it now. They're all sitting around the table looking at each other and they're like, listen, alright, we got this new camera angle that's never been done before. I don't know how in the hell we're going to incorporate two players on the same screen. Does anyone got any ideas? That's obviously a hurdle they decided not to jump over on this one. And really, the only other thing that stands out in my mind is the god-awful tire screech. I mean, it is at a certain frequency and a certain volume that just drives my ears insane. I don't know what it is, but on some of the courses where they have the boost things all over the place, and you're just hitting those things like wildfire, and the course is really short, and it's all curvy, it's a figure eight, and all it's doing is screeching the entire time. It just drives me up the wall. So much, in fact, that about halfway through me playing this, I just had to turn the sound completely off. It's just so annoying. It just drives me nuts. That is a serious problem. That should have been addressed in testing or something. Someone should have said something. Hey, red flags. Hey, that screech has got to go. But no, it's in. Perfect. Ship it. So other than that, it's a fantastic game. Plays great. It goes on forever. There's a lot of replay value in it. The AI is hard as hell. And I think you'll have hours of enjoyment with it. After doing a quick eBay search, I found out that you can find this game anywhere between $5 or $10 shipped to your door. That's a pretty good deal. And after all that, I just kind of feel a little empty. I just feel like there's some unfinished business. I mean, I wonder if they're ever going to create another game similar to this that would address all these issues that I've talked about.